Welcome back to my channel. Today is a part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. So, PaperMate, they made good on what they said and they sent me a brand new pack of gel pens. If you don't know what pens these are, go see part 1, but I can catch you up. These are the Inkjoy Brights. So I am going to take a sketchbook that I have cracked open but never really used, and I'm going to test out this set and see, is it any better than the first set? Am I going to have the same problems as before? Well, stick around and see. But for right now, I just want to show you guys, this is a really neat sketchbook. This is a Derwent Graphics sketchbook, and it has a different array of papers available on the inside. So as you see here, there is some dotted paper, and as we flip through, you're going to see hexagonal paper, triangle paper, graph paper, and so on. And there's also just regular paper on the inside. So I find when you have art block, it's so fun to play with patterned paper. And if you just want to work on some layouts or some stuff with some angles, having graph paper in a sketchbook, how fun is that? You don't have to have just a graph sketchbook or just a dotted one. You can just have one with a whole mixture inside. So let's get to this, guys. I'm just going to play with this sketchbook right here, try the pens while the baby is sleeping over here. So shh, be quiet. So as you may have noticed, it didn't come in the original packaging like you would get it as if you bought it online or in the store, but I really don't mind because, like I said, PaperMate really went out of their way to give me excellent customer service. So as you can see right here, if you look to the left, the green one does not have its little waxy ball at the end. And I was like, oh no, please tell me this is not of weird things to come. But you guys will keep watching and find out. So I ripped off all those little thingies that I absolutely detest because sometimes particles stay on your pen and then it makes the experience really annoying. So I understand why companies have to do this, but I won't ramble on about that. I wanted to let you guys know, again, if you didn't see part 1, go see it. But if you don't feel like it and you just want to see here, my first experience wasn't very good. About 3 out of the 6 gel pens didn't work properly. And of course, I was extremely disappointed because I have tried Inkjoy gel pens before and I love them. And I'm like, yay, brights, new colors. I'm so excited. I want to try these. And I was really disappointed. And then I kept getting shown the advertisement for these pens on Facebook. And then I just was like, hey, I'm going to look in the comments. And somebody else had basically had a similar experience to mine. And I was just kind of coming in there to empathize. And PaperMate saw what we had said, and I suppose they messaged her because they ended up messaging me and they wanted to make right and they were apologizing. And this is what they did. They sent me a new pack of pens, and I'm very happy with their customer service. They even sent me a nice little letter here, and I will read it to you guys. Thank you very much for reaching out to Newell Brand's Office Products Consumer Care. It causes us great concern to learn of your experience with our products and apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. Newell Brands prides itself of creating brands that matter to our consumers. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to assist you. Enclosed is your replacement products. Please contact us again at, and they give the phone number, should you have any further questions. Thank you for contacting Newell Brands Customer Care. And they gave me a reference number and they signed it. So that was really sweet of them and I really appreciated it. So as you guys can see, I'm having problems with the pens. You guys just saw that to the right, I gave it a rating out of 10. But the very funny and strange part is look at the 3 colors I am holding up. These are the 3 colors that I did not have a problem with in the first pack. These are the 3 colors that I was the happiest with in pack number 1. And now the roles are reversed. And I'm like, this is so strange. So as you can see here, I'm like, I'm just going to play with the pens a little bit more. I'm still getting skipping, I'm still getting scratchiness, and especially my blue in the first set was so juicy and it worked so well. I couldn't understand or fathom what was going on. I'm like, how can the first set have 3 colors that not work and then the exact opposite colors in the other ones are the ones giving me trouble? So after I gaslit myself a little bit, I just figured I would scribble around, and then I saw a glimmer of hope right here. I'm like, ooh, the more I'm using the pen, the more it's cooperating and the juicier it's getting. However, it still shouldn't take that long to get going, and I was still disappointed. There was still skipping. and it still wasn't flowing as well as previous pens had, and I was just really disappointed. The white gel pen started to cooperate. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. There's baby's foot over here. But really, guys, look, the blue and the green, ooh, we were having skipping. We were having, just look at it, the scratchiness. I don't know what it is. I have never had problems like this before, and I was very, very disappointed. But then I had an idea. Baby's up, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go upstairs, and I'm going to resolve this. I'm determined to resolve this. I put them underwater. I did find that it helped a little bit, but I realized, I'm like, okay, I have another set. So I swapped out the 3 good and the 3 bad to make a full set. Like, hello. So what you're seeing here is I'm just taking the green from this first one, and look, guys, it's working. Look at the contrast. This pen is from set number 1, the first set that I bought, and look how well it's working in comparison. So ironically, 3 from the first set and 3 from the second set ended up making it so that I could have a complete functioning set. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm going to make an art piece with all of these pens, and we're going to enjoy them, and I'm not gonna let any of this weigh me down. I wasn't expecting another set. I'm just really happy, and I'm going to enjoy this experience and be thankful. When it comes to sketching, I don't particularly like sketching on camera because I find pencil doesn't show up very well, but I used pencil here in this particular sketch to sketch out my lettering, and I did it on purpose because I wanted to see how well the ink in these pens was going to cover up normal pencil. And I'm really happy, except this is not the pen's fault, but look up at the D right on the right. My pencil did a terrible smudge that would not erase, and that is the paper, that is the pencil, this is not the pens. So I'm like, this gives me an opportunity to use the white gel pen. So I'm going to go a little more close up to show you guys what I mean by this horrible little smudge. I figured I didn't quite know what I was going to do with the background, but I knew this is a good chance to showcase how well the white pen works. It's not terrible, it's just not my favorite, but it was covering up the little smudge, and at that point I wasn't too sure what I was going to do. So over here I had a highlight that was really nice and juicy, but over here I had to keep going on, and this is why I bought the set in the first place, because someone in one of my artsy friends groups had mentioned this was the best white gel pen that they had ever tried in their life, and that really piqued my interest. It's not the worst gel pen ever, but it's not my favorite white gel pen ever. But at that point, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the background. But then I decided to add in some colored honeycombs, and it hides the smudge. So the more I'm working on this, the more I love it. And now I love it even more because my husband suggested I put in a bee. So I put in a cute fat little bee, and now I'm just working on it slowly but surely, adding little details to it. And I love bees. I love botanicals and beaches and all of those things, and I've mentioned that in a previous video, and it just really cheers me up. I've done many fat little bumblebees before. You're going to see bees as a repeated theme in my sketchbooks and in my doodling, so if you don't like bees, then you have no bees sticking around. I'm sorry, that was terrible. So now I'm going to try to recover from that pun, even though there's going to be more terrible puns in the future. I'm sorry, I can't resist terrible puns. They're so, Anyways, I'm very happy with the pens now that I have a complete set that works. The only thing I'm going to switch up here is the yellow is gorgeous and I love it, but I need some contrast. So I am whipping out some colored pencils that I have, and I need just the right shade to color in to just give me some contrast, because there's nothing wrong with the yellow gel pen here. It's just yellow on white. There's not much contrast. And again, like I mentioned in the previous video, these pens are more stationary. They're for writing. Of course, you can make art with them, but I mean, they are for writing and just for not using it on a grand scale like I'm doing, but that's okay. I I have colored pencils. So this is the only thing that I am adding to this page. Like I have previously mentioned, whenever I am trying out a new set or I'm trying to showcase something I'm using, I really try to give everything a chance and use every single color in the set. And that's exactly what I did, but I needed a little help. So as you guys can see here, I'm just adding in the contrast of the colored pencil. And here we are. Kind words are like honey. For those of you who may not know, this is actually a proverb. It's found in Proverbs 16, verse 24, and it has a very profound meaning to me. But I think I'll get into that in another video. Just showcasing my fat little bumblebee. Thanks for the suggestion, babe. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And tell me, are you guys going to buy these pens? Or are you turned off by them? Did you have a similar experience to me? Just let me know or come say hi in the comments. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys!